And welcome back, you guys, for week 10 of my NFL Weekly Picks for the 2017-2018 NFL season. I'm TJ Harman for you on YouTube, over at _out on Twitter. This is my new setup of my picks and predictions for each and every NFL games here on out. This is a new computer I have, so I had to get a new software. So shout out to Gio for helping me get this software. Rest in peace to my old computer and my old software I had on there. You will never be forgotten. Alright, guys. Everything's going to remain the same. 3 straight up picks, 3 against the spread, and 3 over-unders. Only difference is you get to see the screen and know more me, because you already know me by now. Quickly, let's recap week number 9. Week number 9, I went 9-4 straight up, 10-2 against the spread. Gives me an overall total for the year, 84 wins, 48 losses straight up, 71, 56, and 2 against the spread. Going back to my video picks, I went 1-2 straight up, 1-2 against the spread, and 1-2 over under. The Buffalo Bills, I had you to take and beat the New York Jets. That didn't happen. Jets win 34-21. I did tell you to take the Jets +3, and I told you to take the game over 43 points, and it went 55 points. Great. The Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles, I told you to take the Eagles -8 to beat the Broncos. So that's a straight-up win for me, as well as against the spread. But it was over on the loss. I told you to take that game, 43.5 points under. It went over. Boo-hoo. The third game, it was the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. I told you to take the Falcons in a pick, but that didn't happen. Carolina, of course, as you see, won the game 20-17. And it was over on the loss. I told you to take 43.5 points over. It didn't happen. It stayed under 37. So, great week in week 9. Not as superb as week number 8, but it's all good. A win is a win. So, let's move on, shall we, to our picks for week 10. Let me point out some on the Thursday night football games. I'm 2-6 straight up in Thursday night games. And against the spread, I'm 0-7-1. I'm never picking no more picks on Thursday night football. It's just too risky, and that shows that Thursday night football don't need to have any games because it sucks. Monday night football, on the other hand, upside, 8-1 straight up, 7-0-2 against the spread. I love Monday nights because obviously it's better than being on a Thursday night. There's never been a Thursday night football. It's always been a Sunday game and a Monday night game. They should have kept it that way. Forget the Thursday night games. It's just way too risky. All right, guys. Let's get with our picks for week number 10. But here are the recaps of the scores from last week. And with that, let's go with our picks for week 10. I got the Seahawks to beat the Arizona Cardinals. The Seahawks lost tough to the Washington Redskins last week at home, and Arizona went to San Francisco and beat the Niners. Drew Stanton throwing a touchdown. Woohoo! It might happen, it might not. In this game, I'm going to get the Seahawks to bounce back and go 6-3 and still be in the NFC West contention with the LA Rams. I got the Titans to beat the Bengals. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals woke up in Tennessee and win, but highly likely Titans all day in Tennessee. The end is near for Marv Lewis and Andy Dalton. My first against the spread is going to be the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins. I got the Vikings winning this game straight up. Vikings coming off their bye, so yeah. In London, that's great. Now they're going to FedEx Field and face the Washington Redskins, of course, who beat Seattle. Josh Norman is back. He might get a pick, but I think the Vikings will hold on. Even with the return of Teddy Bridgewater right there in the backing up with Case Keenum. Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen are going to be way too much for that Redskins defense. So the Vikings, I'm going to tell you to take -1 and straight up to beat the Redskins. Total for that game is 42.5 points. Take it over because you know the Vikings are going to put points up, and you know Kirk Cousins is going to put points up. So yeah. So the Vikings win -1 and win straight up, and the game will go over 42.5 points. I got the Jaguars to beat the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are going to make this a close game, but the Jaguars can hang on and win this game. Leon Fournette will be back after being benched for a photo shoot. Who gets benched for a photo shoot? Man. Jaguars will win nonetheless. The Jets, I have to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Jets are just going to be too much for that Tampa Bay defense. And they don't have Jameis Winston because he's hurt. He's going to be out for a couple weeks or so with that same injury he suffered back 2 weeks ago, and now he's re-injured. Wow. And there's not going to be any Mike Evans in this game. Bonehead got suspended, so he's lost. It's a sad day in Tampa Bay because Deshaun Jackson, who gets paid big time, not getting thrown the ball too much. But whatever. Jets will win this game on the road. Take your plane to New York and send it to Tampa Bay because the Jets are going to swoon in Tampa Bay. I got the Saints to beat the Buffalo Bills. Surprisingly enough, a high-caliber team goes to Buffalo and loses, such as the I forgot who went to Buffalo and lost. Denver went to Buffalo and lost when they started off pretty strong. Saints are too strong right now. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills won this game, but I'm not sure what you're going to get out of Tyrod Taylor because the Bills didn't play their best game on Thursday Night Football against the Jets, all teams. The Saints are too much right now, especially on offense with Ted Ginn Jr. and the running backs of Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. Drew Brees is going to have a field day in Buffalo. A cold day at that. Saints all day. That might prove dead to the Bills should they lose to the Saints. Kind of hurts because the Patriots are still right there with the Bills. But otherwise, the Saints will win. I got the Bears at Soldier Field to defeat the Green Bay Packers. Bears coming off that bye. They're fresh and ready. Packers didn't play the best game last night. I wouldn't even know what Aaron Jones was thinking about in that game last night. I have no words. Brett Hundley, the quarterback, he looks like a lost puppy trying to find his pappy. Packers just look lost. I think this will be it for the Packers this season. They may get at least 1 or 2 more wins, but it's not going to be enough. Packers going to lose to the Bears. Mitchell Trubisky, Jordan Howard, field day at Soldier Field all day in Chicago. I got the Detroit Lions to defeat the Cleveland Browns. Browns are going to be winless at 0-9. Even with Deshaun Kaiser star, maybe Kevin Hogan. Who the hell knows? Cleveland just too much. They could have gotten McCarron from the freaking Cincinnati Bengals, but the paperwork didn't come in on time, and bloop, they lost the deal with him. A.J. McCarron. Wow. I just don't see the Browns beating this Lions team. And this is another one of my against the spread picks. As we go on, the Lions were favored by 9 points. Guys, it just swooned to -13. I don't know what to think about that. I think if they scored 30 points last night, they can score a little more than that come Sunday. I got the Lions -13. It was -9, but -13 might be too much. Cleveland might make it a game. So I'm going with the Lions -13. The point total for that game is 41.5, maybe 43.5. This just keeps going up and down, man. Jeez. But nevertheless, I'm going over any of those two numbers, 41.5 or 43.5. It goes over. So Detroit wins straight up against the spread, and it goes over 43.5. Enough said. Pittsburgh Steelers, I have to beat the Indianapolis Colts. Colts ain't going to win 2 straight games in a row. You're kidding me. In Indiana? Not. No pun intended. But Steelers are just too much on defense and too much on offense. With Le'Veon Bell, Juju Schuster, and Antonio Brown. It's going to be a field day for Ben Roethlisberger, who's haven't had his great games this season, but Steelers are 6-2, and how you lose to the Bears, and how the hell do you lose to Jacksonville, but you're pouring it on with these other teams? Beats me, but the Steelers will win out in Indiana, nonetheless. Indianapolis. Well, it is Indianapolis, Indiana, so yeah. Late games, I have the Rams all over the Texans. With the loss of Deshaun Watson last week in practice, tough. He's getting surgery tomorrow, too, in his ACL. Tough. Tom Savage. The Rams are going to have a savage of a game. Even with Matt McGloin as the backup quarterback, it's not going to make him do anything in this game. But Lamar Murray, he's going to really put the Texans in this game. But the Rams, I still think, is going to annihilate the Texans in LA and keep that record at 7-2. The Dallas Cowboys, I have to beat the Atlanta Falcons. This is the game of the week, by the way, folks. Dallas beating the Kansas City Chiefs in Jerry's World last week. Oh, wow, really? Here's the question. Will Ezekiel Elliott or Dez Bryant play in this game? Bryant has an injury. We'll find out come the next few days or so. Questionable for Sunday. Zeke Elliott has a hearing on his suspension on Thursday. If he gets in another injunction, he may play the rest of the season. Stop doing this roller coasting bullshit. Give the man his 6-game suspension. Learn how to not deal with domestic violence, guys. Come on. Stop stalling on this guy, especially in Dallas. I know Dallas wants to win the NFC East, but come on. Get that 6-game suspension reinstated. Keep Elliott out until at least Week 16 and maybe even Week 17 when he be with the Eagles in Philly on New Year's Eve. Cowboys will win. Atlanta lost even at home. Falcons going to lose 3 straight. They've already lost 3 straight games. Do we see a 4th straight loss for the Falcons? I do. And it's going to happen. Julio Jones sensing frustration. Man, so the Falcons. Cowboys in Atlanta to win with the Falcons. The toilet bowl game of the week, I got the 49ers to upset the Giants. I think the Giants have really given up on their head coach, Ben McAdoo. Ben McAdoo. He says he's going to bench Eli Manning. I wouldn't be surprised if he benched some in this game or maybe in the weeks to come. But it's happening. Eli's throwing too many picks without Odell Beckham Jr. and Sterling Shepard. They have no team offensively. Evan Ingram is their only man. And don't forget Perkins. But what the hell? 49ers, better team offensively. They've been losing, not by much. 2 blowouts, but close games before then. I got the 49ers an upset in San Francisco. Believe me, even with Jimmy Garoppolo with the 49ers, their future franchise quarterback, I'd be surprised he's starting this game. 49ers, I think, will upset the Giants in San Francisco. I just sense it. If they lose, oh well. I'm taking the gamble. 49ers in the upset. Sunday Night Football, I got the Patriots over the Broncos. The Broncos just suck. C.J. Anderson, he may not even play. Jamal Charles, the fumbling man from the Chiefs, now with the Broncos. Oh, boy. And Brock Osweiler just flinging the ball all over in Philadelphia and got creamed and crushed. And, man, when will Von Miller get it together on defense? He's doing everything but throwing the kitchen sink on the field. And finally, Akil Talib. Stop jumping off sides, man. That's how your team is losing these games. You start at 3-0 and then you start shitting in the field and you lost 5 games in a row. Unbelievable. So the Patriots, I have them all day in Denver, Mile High Stadium. Monday Night Football, I got the Panthers over the Dolphins. Jay Ajayi with the Eagles, great trade. Dolphins have a bad offensive team. Panthers have a better offensive team and defense. Panthers all night in Carolina, getting their first win on the big stage in a football game that's played at night, because they lost to the Eagles in their last nightly affair, and that was a Thursday night game. So this will be their first win, big time stage on Monday Night Football. Those are my picks, you guys. Teams with byes this week. Of course, my Eagles having a bye. The Ravens have a bye. The Chiefs and the Raiders all with byes this week. If you liked the video, please click that thumbs up. And I hope you enjoyed, because I did very well. Shoutouts goes to all my YouTube prognosticators. Good luck with your picks as well. Who do your guys want to pick? Put your picks down below the description box. Thank you for watching. TJ Harman for you on YouTube, over_L on Twitter. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the games. I'll see you right back here next week for week number 11. Till then, I'll see you guys